Hey Toy fans, I'm D21Beast and I thought I'd go ahead and do another vlog for you guys. It's been a couple months since I did my last one and I had a couple of things I wanted to update you guys on. I've really been enjoying doing Project Geek Week so far. I really hope you guys are enjoying tuning in. But the format of the show is probably going to change here in a couple of months. It's May now as I record this video. We've got June ahead of us, but then in July I'm actually going to be moving a few states away. So right now the format of my show is that I go over to my brother's house, we film in front of the fireplace there, and we just kind of talk about geek news. But in a couple of months we won't have that venue and I won't have as easy of access to hanging out with my brother as I've got now, or JT for that matter. So the format of Project Geek Week may change. I haven't decided yet if we're going to try to go just audio podcasts or if we're going to keep trying to do the videos. Doing the videos for me is actually a lot of work on the back end because I go back and put all the graphics in. So we'll kind of see how that works out. But I do want to keep the show going in some form. So we will definitely have an episode tomorrow night though. And of course through the end of May and through June as my personal responsibilities and my job responsibilities allow me. I'm going to go ahead and try to keep that show going as long as I can. And of course I'll be doing toy reviews this whole time as well. It'll probably be the end of June when all that stops. Maybe for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know how long. I'll try to get back into reviewing, try to get back into Project Geek Week as soon as I can. But early July, I guess, is when you should probably expect a big break. But also, as far as review content goes, I've been trying to review different things. I've done some Jurassic World mashers. I've been doing a few more Mini-Mates lately. I've still got that Marvel Select Juggernaut coming up, and yes, I promise I will review that. So hopefully you guys like the content that you've been seeing. If you have any requests, though, definitely let me know. I'm doing a little better on YouTube than I was, this time last year. I still didn't even have my channel really going. So, but let's just say that I'm getting more resources now, and I could probably branch out and do some other sort of experimental reviews. I just reviewed Serial a couple weeks ago. I mean, it was fun for me. I already collected it anyway. So if there's anything out there that you guys want to see reviewed, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely take it into consideration. Also, I'd like to mention that I'm not the only reviewer or guy, geek, that I follow that has some content or some like podcasts or television shows that I think are worth watching. So, Glenn Webb, you guys probably know him. He's a pretty great reviewer on YouTube. He's been pretty friendly with me. He actually started a podcast, Articulation Assembled is the name of it, and there's 2 episodes up now. I think he's planning on making it weekly. I've listened to the first couple of episodes. I really enjoyed the second one. They did their top 5 Marvel Legends on that show, so if you guys haven't checked out that podcast yet, definitely go ahead and do that. Also, I'm a big fan of Star Trek, as you might know for some of my reviews, and I also enjoy watching listening to the Transporter Room 3 podcast by Scott Kalura and Phil Perello. So, just a couple of suggestions, I guess. I'd like to go ahead and spread the word of what I'm into. Check out those podcasts. I think you guys will like them. I think they're pretty good. And by all means, if you guys like the stuff that I'm doing, definitely share it or let me know what you guys listen to or watch, and I'd like to check it out. I'm always looking for new media to kind of get an idea, different perspectives on things going on with comics and geek fandom, things like that. So I'm definitely all about sharing. And on the topic of sharing, I guess, you guys may remember at the beginning of this year, I did a top 10 figures of 2014 video, and I did it based on the figures that I actually reviewed last year. If I didn't review the figure, I didn't put it in my top 10 because I couldn't objectively review the item, or at least say that it was a great figure for that year. But while I was doing that video, I'd actually done a separate sort of little piece of what I considered legacy figures. Figures that I reviewed in 2014 that didn't actually release in 2014, but I felt like still deserved your attention and still deserved a note, a special note basically, that is something you want to check out. Well, as I cut together my top 10 toys of 2014 video, I actually ended up cutting that for time reasons. I just felt like it was kind of slowing things down a little bit. And I've had this thing sitting in my folder on my computer here for a long time, and I thought, why not go ahead and share it with you guys now? So what you're about to see here at the end of this video is going to be the figures that I reviewed in 2014 that I think are really great and definitely figures you should check out. I'll probably do a similar thing at some point when I'm done with 2015. Not everything I reviewed this year came out in 2015, but there are still some notable things that I think are worth checking out. So thanks again, guys, for sticking with me. I just hit 400 subscribers, and I'm pretty close to 90,000 views total on YouTube. I'm really excited for the success, the little success, but the success that my YouTube channel has had. And I definitely appreciate all of you guys chiming in and leaving comments, sharing, liking, and just interacting with me the way you have. I mean, this is kind of a dream project for me, and I'm glad that it's being as successful as it is being. So it's definitely something I want to keep doing. But thanks for all the support, for watching, and enjoy this legacy video, and we'll catch you guys next time. Alright, toy fans, so here we have sort of the legacy collection, I'll call it. The figures that I definitely reviewed last year but didn't come out last year, and that I certainly want to make sure that you guys take a moment to remember or at least check out for the first time if you haven't seen these before. On the left-hand side, we've got Isaac here, released by NECA in 2011. He did coincide with the game Dead Space 2, and this is an awesome figure with a great amount of paintwork and detail. He's also got working lights in the mask and on his back for the rig, and his gun even articulates. So a lot of nice attention to detail went into this Isaac figure. He's absolutely worth your time and investment if you guys want to check him out, or if you're a fan of the Dead Space game and you've never seen this thing, definitely give him a look. Here in the center, we've got the Battleshell Ninja Turtle figures. For my money, there's no other Ninja Turtle figure you need to get. If you're only going to get the 4 turtles from the new NECA show, and you're not going to get anything else, these are the turtles you guys need to pick up. They look like the animated series counterparts. They've got a great amount of articulation on them. They even have shells that have items hidden inside. I don't personally use that feature, but it's nice that it's there in case you want to use them. Behind them, we've got Archangel. I maintain this is probably one of the top 10 best Marvel Legends figure ever made. He's got an amazing wingspan on him that's got some nice articulation points. He's got a great body mold, and he's just overall a really fantastic looking figure. Absolutely one of my favorites, probably will be forever. Definitely have to check him out, guys, if you haven't already. And then here on the right, now I'm a fan of all the Star Trek figures that Art Asylum and Diamond Select puts out, especially the ones that came out when it was still just Art Asylum and Diamond wasn't involved. But this Shinzon figure here has an amazing likeness to actor Tom Hardy. He's got a decent amount of articulation, and he looks great posed from any particular angle. And I especially like having him in my lineup of Star Trek villains. But really, any of the Art Asylum Star Trek figures that are out there, you definitely want to give your time and money to, especially if you're a Trekkie. Now, they've got a new line out right now by Diamond Select. They're a less articulated version of the Star Trek line. That line's okay if you prefer to have statues more than you prefer to have posable figures. But if you can get your hands on the original run of Star Trek figures by Art Asylum and Diamond Select, definitely do so. Alright guys, well there we have my legacy collection. Let's move on to the moment you've been waiting for.